Happy Thursday. It is Thursday throwback, the old reasons why you're sad, the old things that keep running in the back of your mind, making you feel that familiar emotion of sadness. Welcome to our show. We're Rita and Tammy. We're brain trainers. And what we want to do is bring you videos that help provide value for you and stop the one thing that's blocking you from having everything you want in life, and that's stress.
That's right. And stress can show up in different ways, right? We all want to be happy. We want to be content. We want to be empowered. We want to have a say in our life. We want to be the cause in the matter of what's good, right? And also, what's not so good, but we want to be empowered in those times. And, coming here and getting this information, applying it, sharing it, doing it to your kids, doing it to your spouse, doing these techniques, even being conscious and aware in a safe, because this is a safe place, right? I think that the way you come about being aware of that sadness could be in a safe place. Sometimes I know for myself is I was afraid of feeling sad because I didn't know what I was going to do, because as a 2-year-old old program that is being brought to a 50-year-old, it's consciously that you can't behave like a 2-year-old, but every part of you is like, I am hurt. I am in pain. I am not valued. I'm not important. I'm not. And what do? We blow out relationships. We blow out jobs. And so the best, easiest thing to do is to be sad.
Be sad. And, sadness for me, this is really important for you to know what it is for you. All right. Our whole goal is to empower you to do this for yourself so that you don't have to spend thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on fixing it, finding answers, and therapy maybe. So when you know how you're doing it, and this is so important because I thought sadness came because of what happened to me. This happened to me, so I'm sad. And I actually had a lot of right to be sad. Except, did I have any right to be sad when I don't deserve sadness because somebody does something bad to me? No, I didn't. And I didn't know that about myself. But I did know.
That's big. Whatever you just said, I was like, so let's throw it out a little bit, because it's such a big concept. I mean, it's a big belief system, and our brain needs to kind of wrap around that. So say that again. It's maybe slower.
So I guess I thought that sadness came because of what happened in my life. What other people did to me was making me sad. But because they did something hurtful doesn't mean that I deserve sadness. And by replaying it and reliving it and imagining it and feeding it, I was creating my own sadness. Okay, so what sadness was for me was this dark cloud. And it's funny, I was talking to a friend and she said, it's like the dark cloud coming over me. I was like, oh my goodness, that's what my sadness was like this dark cloud. It was a feeling. It was also like a visual of things just being, no light, not being able to see.
Wow.
Sad meant darkness, or just a cloud, like no sunshine.
Yes, that's great. And Tammy, that's a great point. Knowing how you create sadness, how you internalize sadness, how internally that is being processed in your brain is very, very important, because that, as brain trainers, that's where we go to change and flip that. That's where we go and we rewrite and release emotions and any stress, any programs that created that production.
Yes. Right. The noticing that I had. And so I really did think it was from outside of me, because it seemed like it came over me and it was heavy and it was, I don't even want to think about it. So But here's what's interesting. What I just said was it was like it blocked out the sun. So now what I want to know is what is the opposite? Because if I can create just by thinking about something bad that happened in my life, if I can create that heavy, dark sensation, then what else can I do? Can I do the opposite? Can I empower myself? Yeah, of course I can. Because if I can know that that feeling came from something I'm seeing and feeling and this memory, then I can change it. And so that's what we want to do, is empower you to do that. So the opposite of the clouds covering up the sunshine is sunshine. And how do I experience sunshine? So that's where I go back into my proofs and my resources of experiencing sunshine. And maybe it was when I was on the beach, or maybe it was when I was riding horse, or maybe it was when I walked my dogs, or maybe, so now I'm giving my body a different trance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about trances a little bit, Rita.
No, you're the trance maker. But what I do want to say is the process that Tammy's going through, this is how you break the habit of being sad.
Yeah.
It's the bad, the sad, and then the sunshine, right? So they're both S's. So you're going to collapse that in her example. So you got to find out how you are creating sadness, because sadness is what in our work we call it. We call it a what do we say it is? It's a perfect manifestation of what you're doing. Like you're doing something perfectly to create that sadness. And I can't create that sadness the way Tammy does it. It wouldn't work for me, right? So you're doing it perfectly how you're doing it. So it's the bad, good collapse. So, and when she mentioned a trance, it's a hypnotic program, like a go-to program that the brain knows that all I have to do is press that button that says sadness, and the program releases all the things, gives me the information from the past. This is why
clouds come out.
Clouds come out.
That feeling in your stomach, the empty hole in your chest. Like, I'm thinking of what clients say about sadness. And so that's right. Exactly. It pushes the button, floods the body, and bada bing, you've created it.
Yeah. So that's one of many ways to be able to break the habit of being yourself. So number one, being aware and conscious. Number two, knowing how you're doing it inside your head, inside your body, inside your mind. Number three, the meaning that you're making it. What are you making it mean about you? Because that's probably really the sad part. Is that
Exactly. I'm the bad luck person. Of course this would happen to me. Everyone takes advantage of me or uses me, or right. Those are all beliefs.
Yeah. So breaking the habit. So being aware, knowing how you're doing it, the meaning that you're making it. And the fourth one is actually collapsing it. So one of the ways that you can do it is going to the opposite, like Tammy mentioned. Go to the opposite. What's the opposite of sadness? And really milk that and really sink into that and really draw that out. You might have to play music. You might have to get up and do some jumping jacks. You might have to just laugh out loud, like you're on the phone and you're like, whatever it is to change the physiology, to push you out of that trance. And then the fifth one is just be persistent. You keep doing it. Good, bad, until it flatlines.
And you'll know when it flatlines.
Oh, yes.
You'll be like, oh, that's what this means. It's like finally what we're saying puts on flesh in you. And so for me, I remember the first time it took 2 hours of straight, just interrupting, 2 straight hours. And I was like, oh.
And so what's happening is the brain, that survival part of the brain that is wanting you to be sad because that's the safest thing to do. Like you're able to release that. And then the smarter part, the genius part of you now has a new perspective. Like that blind spot just gets lifted.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes. And you'll have your paradigm shift. You'll be like, oh, I need this. I need to go stand out in the sun. I need to go and you need to be remembering and thinking about, those sunshine moments, and then you'll want to do it for yourself. So here's where the big thing happens when you're persistent, right? Then all of a sudden you're like, I don't want to do that. Like, oh, I know it's good for me, but I don't want to. And all of a sudden you'll be like, I want that. Okay. I want inner peace. I want to feel loved. I want sunshine. I want happiness. And all of a sudden you won't be there won't be this apron string tied back to all the things that sadness provides for you.
Yeah, it'll become effortless. And this is why we say it's effortless. Like after a while, it's going to take effort to make yourself sad, but it'll be effortless to be sunshine and have sunshine, or whatever the opposite is for you in that.
Yeah. If you can be sad all the time, you can do the opposite. Your brain will help you. And when your brain helps you, then it feels automatic. It feels effortless.
That's right.
Awesome.
All
so
right,
many
guys.
good things here. We hope this helps you with sadness, because we know that there's some people can pick a lot of things to be sad about, and you've all had bad things happen in your life, but you are valuable and you're worthy of feeling sunshine and happiness all the time, even though someone else did something to you. Don't give yourself that same feeling over and over, because you deserve better. All right. Like, share, subscribe, and click the notification so you know when we go live next time. And do share this with your friends that are going through things. Maybe this would be their light bulb moment and you'd be their hero.